Hello everyone, you have come to Tata Comic Preview channel. Let read together. Have fun. You have a point. I'll cut to the chase, then. Fine by me. The two of them locked eyes. The conversation between two beings of their level piqued the curiosities of the people around them. They wondered what these two people were going to talk about. What was so important that the two patriarchs had to meet face to face? Lang Luo waved his hand. An energy shield surrounded them and separated them from the crowd. The disciples of the three sects found this disappointing. They could only look from the outside. Even the sect leaders of the three sects did not treat them like this. You have 30 years left before your great limit? Lu Zhou asked. Yuan'er Luo sighed. Roughly. You seem to have less time than I do, Brother G. Although he was cultivating in seclusion, he would occasionally hear news in the cultivation world. Lu Zhou did not deny this. According to the rumors in the cultivation world and his actual condition, his great limit might very well be tomorrow. Therefore, he nodded and said, "That's right." So, you're here to look for a way to extend your limit? Yuan'er Luo asked. After he said that, he shook his head, dismissing his words. Brother G, you must be joking. If you don't have an answer, how could I have an answer? Are you attempting to attain the nine-leaf stage? Lu Zhou asked as he stroked his beard. I've given up. Yuan'er Luo sighed. Before my great limit, I've already lost nearly 70 years of my blood essence. Then, my cultivation base deteriorated greatly. I no longer have a chance to attempt the nine-leaf stage. Lang Luo and Pan Litian exchanged glances. Lu Zhou said, has it ever crossed your mind that attempting the nine-leaf stage is a process that reduces your lifespan to begin with? Yuan'er Luo frowned, but his eyes brightened. His movements seemed to freeze all of a sudden. He had been fumbling in the dark alone, trying to look for an answer. He had nobody to discuss this matter with. If there were anyone under the heavens who stood a chance to attain the nine-leaf stage, it was Ji Tiandao. He was extremely interested in Lu Zhou's opinions and insight. Have you tried it, Brother Ji? Lu Zhou stroked his bead and said calmly, I have. My life depleted rapidly. Perhaps. I'll be buried the very next day and turn into a lump of clay. Who knows? Lu Zhou revealed the thoughts in his mind, mocking himself. Lang Luo and Pan Litian were shocked by this revelation. When they listened to the two old men speaking, it was as though they had been granted permission to peek through the gap of a door to a different world. However, it seemed like nothing but darkness lay behind the door at this moment. Yuan'er Luo was slightly stunned. Then, he said with a sigh, Don't worry, Brother G. I'll probably follow right behind you. Lu Zhou stroked his beard and nodded as he looked at Yuan'er Luo expressionlessly. Are you ready? For what? Death, of course. Lu Zhou's words were blunt and calm. Yuan'er Luo looked at Lu Zhou with his eyes that had seen many, many years past. The longer he looked at Lu Zhou, the more he felt something was amiss. He finally asked, Aren't you, Brother G? They were both old men who had one foot in their graves. Perhaps, it was not appropriate for them to speak of death in such a facetious manner. However, as Yuan'er Luo thought more about it, he felt that it was precisely because they were at this point in their lives that they could speak about death in such a way. Lu Zhou shook his head without saying anything. Yuan'er Luo laughed drily. He seemed slightly melancholic. He wanted to point out again that Lu Zhou's great limit was coming sooner compared to him. In the end, he asked, Surely, you're not here just to have a chat, Brother G? Lu Zhou nodded. To tell you the truth, I've come so that I can ask for your insight and experience when you attempted to attain the nine-leaf stage. Yuan'er Luo regarded Lu Zhou with a complicated gaze. He did not know why Lu Zhou would suddenly ask about this. After all, he could not compare to Ji Tiandao in this aspect. Everyone in the world knew about the might of the evil Sky Pavilion's master. They knew he had long stood at the threshold of the nine-leaf stage. Finally, he said with a sigh. If it weren't impossible, I believe you'd be the first to attain the 9-leaf stage, brother. Gee. That might not be the case, Zhou said calmly. Why do you say that? There's bound to be someone who's more skilled than we are. Nobody can guarantee that there are no experts who decide to hide themselves from the world. Zhou paused. Then, he added with a light tone, besides, who said that it's impossible? Yuan'er was taken aback. A warm smile appeared on Zhou's weathered face. The truth was often still and intangible, which confuses the mind. Although it was not understandable, it does not stop one from seeking it. A conversation with you trumps poring over books for 10 years, brother G. I'm enlightened. Yuan'er waved his hand. The shield barrier that Lang Luo set up before was dispersed. He looked behind him and said, "Bring me my chess set." The Luo Sect's master, Fengiji, bowed and said, "At once." A short while later, an exquisite chess set was brought over. Fengiji placed the chess set reverently on the stone table and stood beside Yuan'er. Yuan'er said, "Brother G, since my cultivation base is limited, why don't we have a showdown in a game of chess?" Zhou stroked his beard as he looked at the chess set. In his memories, Ji Tiandao's chess skills were great. However, Zhou merely knew about the game of Go in his past life. Moreover, he never actually played it. How was he supposed to have a match? After appraising the chess set briefly, it seemed that it was different from ordinary chess sets. There were 19 horizontal and vertical lines. There were also shallow and thin formation veins carved onto the chessboard. Looks like your cultivation base has deteriorated considerably, Zhou said. It was inevitable for a cultivator to lose his cultivation base when his great limit was near. It was quite impossible for Yuan'er to best Zhou in a contest of cultivation bases. Yuan'er nodded. I thought that you'd suffer the same fate. I'm surprised to see you're doing far better than I've expected. They were not fools. Both of them had lived for nearly a millennium. Yuan'er could see that Zhou was full of vigor. Once a person had enough experience, knowledge, they would have a keen eye for observation. Shall we? Yuan'er picked a black stone. Aren't we going to decide who picks which color and who goes first? Zhou glanced at the stones. You're older than me, brother G. Surely, you won't mind? As Yuan'er spoke, he placed the stone on the upper left corner. Along the intersecting formation veins, golden energy flowed and shone. The formation veins on the chessboard were activated by the stone. Zhou understood. There was something else behind the chessboard. The power flowed along the formation veins. At this moment, Zhou picked a white stone and placed it on the lower right corner. Thud. The stones sat across each other. The Holy Land shone at this moment. The disciples of the 3 sects backed away. They looked around at the changes in their surroundings with shocked expressions on their faces. Good. Yuan'er offered his compliments. Another stone was placed. Energy surged. With this move, countless energy blades circled above the Holy Land. Zhou's expression was calm. He understood what was going on. This chessboard was the key to activating the barrier's formation. Open and close. Chess skills were not needed here. The important thing was for him to figure out how to break the formation. Zhou focused on the formation veins on the chessboard. He ignored the 19 lines completely. Energy shrouded the formation veins. The energy seemed similar to the energy blades that appeared above the Holy Land. The chessboard is the world. Zhou placed a stone. Tap. Another stone was placed. The energy blades in the skies seemed to be swept away by a huge hand. Yuan'er placed another stone. The formation shone brightly. Several energy blades spun and shot toward Zhou in a neat formation. Get back. Lang Luo, Pan Litian, and Little Yuan retreated to the edge of the Holy Land. The Luo Sect master, Fengiji, leaped away from them and landed among the crowd. Everyone was looking at the energy blades with shocked expressions. Boom. 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 When Zhou placed his stone, more energy blades burst forth in the Holy Land. Their energy blades collided. After some time, the energy blades suddenly faded into thin air. Yuan'er suddenly opened his cloudy eyes. He looked at Zhou and made some noise out of shock. Zhou held a stone between two fingers. He was focused on the formation veins on the chessboard. Yuan'er felt as if the pent-up frustration in his chest had been dispersed as realization dawned on him. I see. What do you mean? Zhou did not look up. The lack of moves is the best move. No stones are better than having them. I'm impressed that you aren't influenced by the lines under the circumstances, Brother Ji, Yuan'er replied. Zhou was still looking at the formation veins on the chessboard. It's not that I'm disregarding the lines. I don't even know how to play.